Hey guys, Lemon02, currently getting ready to cube draft here. So what do we think of this pack? Rofelos is certainly very powerful. There's not a lot of other green cards I like to wheel, and Tomb is interesting for the Reanimator strategy, but I think that's bad in this cube. Cabal Ritual is really the only good Storm card with the exception of Bayou, which is also fine in Storm. We could just take the Bayou and see what the packs give us here. Maybe Entomb comes back around, maybe the Cabal Ritual comes back around. I don't per se want to commit. I mean, Pester Mite's also interesting, but I think that combo, and when I say that combo, I mean Splinter Twin is, unless you get the Splinter Twin, like I don't really care for trying to go for that. Plus it's slow. Council's Judgment's obviously very powerful removal, but that's just a control card at the end of the day. It's just a good answer. Yeah, I think I'm going to select this Bayou. Elish Norn's, not a bad finisher, but I think there's better things to cheat and to play in this game. She's certainly very good against aggressive decks, but, she doesn't win you the game extremely rapidly unless you're, like, an aggressive deck that randomly, like, is an aggro combo deck that can combo into her. So I think Bayou's the pickup here. I think we just stay open, see what comes our way. Alright, Upheaval is certainly very powerful. Verdant Catacombs fetches our current land that we have for fixing. Yeah, again, not a very good pack. Smokestack, I think, is bad. Upheaval's powerful, but with Artifact Mana, I don't think I want to take it this early. I'm going to take the Verdant Catacombs, I think, here. And just take Fixing early. Alright, well, Mana Flair is a Storm card. I mean, should we try to go for it? What about Polluted Delta? Polluted Delta also gets our Bayou and gives us outs to playing blue. I think I'm going to take Polluted Delta and just continue to take Mana Fixing and see what comes my way. If Storm's a thing, that'd be sweet. Survival is actually very cool with Bayou and the fetch lands that we have. I think Survival. I haven't played Survival in like probably over 2 years. And well, Ulamog is a cool thing to cheat in. What else would I want? Deathrite Shaman is cool. Like, I think it's actually not bad in a deck with 2 fetch lands already. But I like Survival. I don't know if I'm going to be a creature deck, but it is kind of a cool combo card that can do some sweet stuff. We have Mesmeric Fiend. Brainstorm, we don't know if we're blue. We have a blue fetch, a blue-based fetch. Could be Bug. Bug Survival. In that case, I would like to have the Dark Slixors. Garruk is also not a horrendous card. I think I'm going to take Dark Slixors here. Lumbering Falls would fit the theme of the Bug mana base we've developed here. And I think I'm going to take it. This draft may look like trash right now to you, but I kind of want to see what comes back around, and then we get into pack 2 and 3, start taking win conditions. Survival had enough upside, I think, over Deathrite Shaman, although, I mean, Deathrite Shaman would have allowed us to play a lot of colors right now. Given 2 of our lands are not fetchable, we have nice bug mana with these fetch lands. What even a win con, I guess. Lumbering Falls is a very slow win con, but a win con nonetheless. Okay, Elvish Mystic is here. I don't think I want the Blood Braid. The Signet is fine, but it's 2 colors. I am not, so I think I am going to take Elvish Mystic. Not as good as a Mox, obviously, but creature-based ramp's not horrible either. Maybe, I think we saw Craterhoof, so maybe that comes back around. Actually, I don't know, maybe we didn't see one. I don't know. Plus, green tends to be like one of the least maligned colors in this. I played a recent very fair deck that went 3-0. It had to struggle through every game. It didn't have anything unfair going on in it. But it was a pretty cool deck, nonetheless. But I think taking these lands early should set us up to get into something decent. And seeing the elf late makes me think that green is probably open. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this next pack should be my original pack that I opened. Yeah, and I guess Survival can stay in for now. Survival's a little more speculative. I think you want it like a rock style, like Rexer deck, like a Rexer deck. So if we get Recurring Nightmare plus Survival or Rexer, that's a cool deck. It's a very value-based deck. It's not a fast combo. It's just more of a grind them out combo. Mesmeric Fiend could wheel, but I think combo decks will tend to want stuff like Mesmeric Fiend. Okie doke. Well, I don't think this is a Search for Tomorrow deck. I think this is more of a... Well, God Pharaoh's Gift is actually also interesting. With Survival of the Fittest. It's so slow, though. That can't be right. It's so darn slow. I don't have any fast mana. Tarmogoyf actually may be good in this deck. Maybe this is a Goyf deck. It is just a threat. But Botanical Sanctum is also pretty damn good. I'm going to pick up the Botanical Sanctum here. So we have, like, perfect bug mana. Well, not perfect, but it's pretty darn good. Dismember is essentially a colorless card if we want it to be, although we don't have to cast it for no value. If we're going Rexer, Wall of Blossoms is certainly interesting. So is Oracle of Moldiah, though. Wall of Blossoms is more of a value card, though. Huh. I'm going to take Wall of Blossoms. That may be heresy. I think Oracle is far more powerful. Okay, well now I wish I had taken it over... Because I'm going to pick Sylvan Caryatid here. Over Vampire Nighthawk. So we are pretty solidly in green, and we have options for a lot of other colors. Alright, this guy's getting in there. Especially with 2 fetch lands, not bad. It's like a low-to-the-ground bug deck right now. I don't have any good blue cards, but I can kind of like snipe them at the beginnings of packs and then hope to wheel some of the decent green cards. And pick up black here and there where it's available. Black just may be my splash color for, like, you know, some removal. Dissensor's a Deliverance. It's fine. I actually want that style of effect. I don't want it main yet. If I don't have any destroy artifacts, I'll probably run it main, but because running it main for cycling for 1 green mana, not bad. But hopefully in green we can pick up some good artifact enchantment removal. Okay, Primal Command will get in there. This is good against Reanimator, right, if you can get to a ton of mana. Allows me to find a creature and can gain me some life. Growing Rights, I will leave it in there for now. I don't think it's very good, though. Although we could just be a ramp deck, and like Growing Rights is essentially a secondary copy of Gaia's Cradle, but not as good. Not as fast. We ideally want more creatures to make survival good, and then we want some reanimation effects. Someone did pick up the Entomb, so someone else will be in Reanimator here. We have to consider that when we're playing. Oath is interesting. You know, sadly enough, I think for this deck, I don't think I'm going to get a lot of spells. Torrential Gearhulk, I think, is not good enough. Lutero Core is a Reanimator card. I do, like I was saying, I want some artifact enchantment removal. And as much as I don't think it is like an overpowering card, and I think there are better cards in this pack, there are more busted cards in this pack, I think I'll pick up the Trigon here. I'm going to take Growing Rights out for now. It does cycle, right? It finds you a creature card. Creature, yeah, just reveal a creature and put it in your hand. And with Survival, I can get after the Trigon Predator a little easier if I want to have that effect. So, that's a thing. So we're a little all over. I think, again, we are jumping into a mid-range deck. Without doing some good value things, but I don't know if we're going to do anything busted, per se. Now watch me, like, open channel and be like, damn it. Could add Ulamog. Okay, this pack. Well, Necromancy is certainly Reanimation. I think this is an Overgrown Tomb deck, and we see if we can wield a Nissa. It is fetchable with both of our fetch lands, so that's pretty good card there. It and Bayou. Put us solidly in rock mana with a nice blue splash. Karn Liberated is certainly a very strong card. The fetch land is also not bad. I think this deck actually probably wants Thoughtseize in it, though, and we're hoping to wield the Acidic Slime or the Harmonize. I think Thoughtseize is what we want, though, because we don't do fair things, so we need to stop unfair things with this style of deck. I don't think this deck is going to become an unfair deck. I think it's going to stay pretty fair. Inquisition's a good one. Actually, this has all the lands we could ever want. It also has Vendilion Clique, which is very strong. I think my mana is probably good enough. Well, one of these lands will likely come back, I think. I'm going to pick up Inquisition here, I think. So we're going to try to be a grindy rock deck, I think is what we're going to try to do here. I don't know if it's going to be good enough, but right now we can interact with most permanent types, which rock should be good at. Vampiric Tutor is certainly a very strong card, but I don't think it's what this deck wants to be doing. Virtuous Gearhulk is a win con. It has an ETB, so if we do pick up reanimation effects, or if we do pick up Recurring Nightmare, it can make our crappy creatures like, Elvish Mystic and Deathrite Shaman, and I guess my 2 walls a lot better. Well, I'm going to leave the removal in there. I've already got 1 piece of removal. I'm going to pick up this guy right here. Him to Turek. I think I want him in this deck. So, like I said, we're not doing very unfair things, so we want to be able to attack the opponent's hand. I don't think we're going to get a ton of permission. Just looking at what's come around, we haven't had a lot of good blue permission coming our way. Liliana the Veil will be good in this deck. Recurring Nightmare and some better ETB creatures like Thragtusk, like Kitchen Finks, like Reclamation Sage. Those kind of things would be good here, I think. A little more removal, too. Maybe like 1 to 2 more pieces of removal, or like maybe a Shriekmaw. And we are still kind of hoping to find the Recurring Nightmare. Someone may have picked that up. That is a first pickable card. I don't think it's great as a first pick. I don't think Reanimator is that good in this cube. I think if you can make Reanimator good, generally it's made good through like having a good kind of board control, hand disruption style deck like this. And you just randomly use it to accrue value after you've already set conditions for the opponent not to win. So essentially you act as a denial deck, and then after denying them, there are more specific effects and cards they require to win with. Then you just kind of knock them out. Living Death with Survival of the Fittest. I think I have to say yes to that. Den Protector is very sweet, though. Painful True is also pretty cool. Compulsive Research also good. But I think we have to go this route. Oath of Druids. Well, this is not a good pack for us. I think I am just going to pick up the Temple Garden and pass it. I mean, I guess we could be an Oath deck. A Bug Oath deck. Not with what we've picked up so far, though. Pick up the duel. Oath of Nissa seems fine to me. We do need to get more creature cards at this point, so we're going to be on the hunt for creature cards. Oath of Nissa fixes. There is the Anissa herself. Gifts is interesting, but no. Primal Command, I think, for now can kind of go to the side. I don't have any bomb creatures yet. I just kind of have an attritional deck. This is realistically a 1-drop. There is the Harmonize. Strong card. Okay, a Regrowth, Nature's Claim. I think I like taking Nature's Claim for the board. Of note, none of the lands came back. I'm going to pick up this Razorverge Thicket. Again, the White Splash is now print a free too. We could play a 4-color deck. I'm not going to play this, but I'll pick it up. And get in there, you. So actual sideboard tech, we have Dissenter's Deliverance and Nature's Claim, which are both fine cards. I believe Dissenter's Deliverance is only artifact, though, right? Yeah. Nature's Claim is either. We need to get some threats, though. This deck does not have good threats yet. I mean, we have Nissa, Virtuous Gearhulk, and that's really it that are actually decent finishers. And then we have, like, Great Mana, and a few disruptive cards. All right, what do I think here? The Tri-Belder's interesting. Abrupt Decay, I think, is a good card. I don't think it's Fraileys here, because she's not. If she was a creature card, I'd probably take her here. Maybe it is just Ponder. I have Botanical Sanctum, Darkslick Shores, Lumbering Falls. I have no fetchable blue mana. Venser is not bad either. Take the removal here. Even if we could just get like a Primeval Titan, that'd be probably good enough for this deck. That would be a good enough finisher. So you do have a man land. Primeval Titan's just a strong card too. I am a huge fan. Natural Order is sweet, but I don't really have a target for it, do I? Can never beat a Sundering Titan. Manglehorn may just be the pickup here. It is a good ETB creature in kind of like a value-style deck like this. Okay, Fast Bond is one of the most busted cards in this cube. Um, hmm. Well, I think it is probably Shriekmaw, sadly enough. Woodfall Primus is a very powerful card, though. I'm going to take Shriekmaw here. What does Shardless Agent get us? Shardless Agent does have a high chance of wheeling. That said, maybe we just go for like a value card like Pelucranos or maybe Arbor Elf. 1, 2. I think. I think here I pick up the Arbor Elf. Alright, the Snake is cool. Actually, Leovold is probably what we do here. It's just a guy we can easily cast in this deck. Green Sun Zenith is powerful. Impulse. Actually, Ophiomancer is pretty cool too. He's a grindy card. This thing costs a bazillion. Yeah, pick up Ophiomancer here. What does Traverse the Ulvenwald really do for us? How many? We have enchantments, sorcery spells, creatures. Traverse may be good enough. Crucible with 2 fetch lands. Crucible is interesting, actually. So is Kitesail Freebooter. The card is very good against combo decks. And Control. Pick up Braids. Braids works well with the Ophiomancer. We're not going to see a Bitter Blossom at this point, but such is life. Actually, Emrakul was interesting. I mean, we have to look through the deck and see if Emrakul is even castable in this deck. We do have a lot of different permanent types. We have a bunch of sorceries, so Inquisition, Thoughtseize, Him, creatures, obviously, enchantments in the form of Survival, in the form of Oath of Nissa, Instant and Dismember, Harmonize another sorcery, Living Death another sorcery, Sorcery and Green Sun Zenith. So only 1 instant in the deck. Or 2, Abrupt Decay. Sorcery seems decently likely. Creature seems highly likely. Enchantment, a little less so. Land seems pretty easy to get in the graveyard. And then Instant seems, fairly unlikely as well. So, maybe. Artifact is actually a thing, too, because I have Virtuous Gearhulk. Other than that, I have no other artifacts, correct? Yeah. I doubt Woodfall Primus is coming back around. So we have 31 cards here with 7 lands. So we actually do have some cuts to make. We have 1 cut right now to make. And I don't know. Shriekmaw may be a little too fair. So we didn't get cool reanimation effects with this, so Survival may not be good enough. Recurring Nightmare would have been the bomb in this deck, but such as life. We have Artifact Hate in the form of Manglehorn, Trigon, Predator. We can kill some creatures with this deck. Living Death, well, we do have the the Survival of the Fittest. That is kind of a combo. We could just, ditch cards and eventually recurse them with Living Death against creature-based decks, which is kind of cool. And actually, Emrakul could be good for that reason. Oh, Woodfall Primus came back. Okay. Well, at this point, no one's doing the Storm thing, evidently, because I saw Fast Bond there. Fast Bond is not good in this deck, but is a good card. I think we probably just need the finisher over the value, although this could get, like, Kite Sail, him. Okay. Mystic Snake? Okay, I'll pick up Mystic Snake. Song of Dryads is interesting. It's removal. Poor last pick, Siege Gang Commander. Alright, what are we cutting here? Possibly 1-5. I like the Nissa. Maybe Survival isn't the best in this deck. Shriekmaw is really a 2-drop. Maybe we side this out. And then do we want Emrakul? Emrakul is a very powerful effect. So if we can realistically get 4 to 5 card types in the graveyard, so land I think is pretty easy. Sorcery I think is easy. Creature I think is easy. And then after that, I mean, we have 2 enchantments. We have 2 artifacts too, though. We have the Shardless Agent plus the Virtuous Gearhulk. Which is the thing. They're both creatures as well. Emrakul may be a bridge too far, but we do have like the ramp too. So we have Arbor Elf, Elvish Mystic, Deathrite Shaman. You know, if we played the Emrakul, we could also play the Growing Rites and give it a try, and it actually finds it as well. What would we play it over, though? Dismember? Maybe. Dismember is really a 1-drop, though. Over Woodfall Primus? Woodfall Primus is a cool ETB, though. And, like, Living Deathing a Woodfall Primus is pretty sweet. Off of Survival. Mystic Snake may be hopeful. 1, 2, 3, 4... And I'd like to add like 1 to 2 more lands, maybe 1 more island, 1 more forest. And we have these guys, like the Sylvan Caryatid ramp. So Sylvan Caryatid, Elvish Mystic, Arbor Elf. Is Growing Rites good enough in this deck? I mean, it's worth a try, maybe. I don't know if it should be built in there. Maybe it's a sideboard option against less efficient decks. 1 Planeswalker. I mean, what is she doing? You know, she only attacks, right? She's only a threat. Mystic Snake may just be wrong, though. Yeah. I think this is a 17-land deck, though. Oh, we don't have Harmonize. Shardless draws, essentially. Maybe Deathrite Shaman is wrong here. No, it makes mana. Well, if we got Snake, we're at 13 creatures. Let's give this a shot. This is going to be an interesting deck. This is another grindy, pretty fair deck. Our only real combo is Survival of the Fittest, a bunch of junk into the graveyard, and then Living Death, the board. Against non-creature decks, we have a lot of discard. We don't have any permission, though. Well, I suppose we can board into more islands and Mystic Snake. I think 2 islands on a 4-drop, though, in this deck is a little... I mean, it could happen. I mean, we have 4 sources of it in the deck. Alright, I think this hand is keepable. Yep, keep. With the Oath of Nissa, I think this is definitely keepable. Oath of Nissa is going to do really nothing in this deck, though, other than cycle and find a creature. And kind of fuel. Alright, Goblin Guide. Well, taking the old quick 1-4. Find a forest, cool. And what are we looking for here? Well, I guess we'll know when we see it. Probably not a land. Harbor Elf, cool. Well, this could power on a quick Virtuous Gearhulk. I could discard a creature card here, but I can cast them, I think, relatively soon. I don't want the damage off that thing. It could get me the Overgrown Tomb and further fix my black-green mana, but I feel like I'm going to be pretty good that way. Really, I just need blue at this point for the Trigon. And we could Green Sun Zenith for... Okay, Shardless Agent. Alrighty. Maybe we actually Green Sun Zenith for Deathrite Shaman just so we can cast the Shardless Agent, which puts a blocker, an artifact, and a creature in the way of whatever's coming next. This could be another 2-2. Okay. I have no doubt there's a very high probability this will get burned off. Okay. Probably just get bolted at end step here. At the glacial speed they're going, I'm pretty sure this is going to get bolted off. Yep. Well, if we survive this... Alright, oh, he just pumps. Never mind. Alright, cool, an island. That was actually the mana color I wanted. So now Abrupt Decay, please. Not off the top ropes, though. Okay, Pyretic Ritual into, what? A Hellrider? Okay. This is a high-risk, high-reward play. I think at this point, I have to go for the Living Death, I think. And then next turn we can cast the Virtuous Gearhulk, make things huge, or cast Leovold, and just draw a bunch of cards. Or just gain life, cast Leovold, probably, is what makes the most sense. If we don't die, we're at 4, though, so, I mean, our chances of dying are pretty high here. Okay, you have one more? Yep, you do. Okay, so we're dead. That's alright. I think on the draw we could have turned this game around. Yep, good game, you won it. We have some tools against this as well. So, the discard, I think, is going to be good. I think this card is probably good enough. Living Death may be too slow. Ophiomancer is probably good in this matchup. Survival, probably a little less so. They have artifacts, I don't know, but I already have some anti-artifact or some artifact hate in this deck. Do I need Woodfall Primus? Probably not. Probably rather just have, like, I don't know. Maybe just like Mystic Snake. Let's give this a run. I don't think I want the combo. I think I just want, efficient creatures and discard. Okie doke. So it's a keep. We have 2 walls, which is good. Should stop the early beats. We'll just lead off with Lumbering Falls. Probably just do Wall of Blossoms next turn. That or like Kite Sail, but I mean, Kite Sail seems a little more meh. Alright. Figure of Destiny. If they want to bolt this thing out of the way, that's fine by me. Alright, Deathright's a good one. Yep, cool. Okay, Magma Jet on my critter. And next turn, we'll probably just look to Harmonize. I don't think we're going to Kite Sail Freebooter. If it was him to Turek, I'd probably go that route. Yep. That was a pretty bad pull. I'm not going to cast Thoughtseize here. I'll wait till next turn. If he has the Hell Rider, that's big trouble. Pump. And Pump, I would assume. That was actually a really bad rip. Those 3 were pretty horrific, but what can you do? Yeah, I don't have a high mana curve in this deck, so go ahead. You can actually eat this thing. That takes up his entire turn. I think I'm fine with that. It means less mana efficiency on his turn, and I get a chance to rip his hand apart. Okay, well, I think first things first. I think we Oath of Nissa and try to look for a threat. Or a way to... Well, I guess we can't find a way to kill this thing. Alright, a Virtuous Gearhulk. That will be the pickup here. Pick up Bayou. Well, what else have you got? Pick up the Chandra here. This card works so weird. Force him to shock this thing and not pump and not play the Chandra after he kills it. Just play for time, really, and eat his other card up. Although this figure could become a massive threat at some point here. Hoping kind of for like a Shriek Maw to kill the Figure of Destiny. At least we got rid of the sword, though. That is good. We have drawn pretty poorly this game, though. I mean, we have 3 more lands in hand. Yuck. Alright, burn my... No, we're in a desperate ritual? Okay, you're going to do all of it. That was a good pull for the opponent. I mean, I don't really agree with that card. So if I kill this thing, you just lose the game, probably. Going all in. I figured he's going to remove and then cast his Chandra out. Well, it appears we cannot. Okie doke. Gotta put 2 on the flyer so it doesn't get bolted out of the air, or else I'm dead. This thing has trample or just first strike. Okay. Alright, jump in the way. Well, removal would have been nice a while ago. Abrupt Decay be a great draw. Another blocker, at least. Well, never mind. We're actually just dead here, right? Yeah, because he'll just remove it. So we lose this first game. That sucks. I think their draw was fairly lucky to hit like a random, what I actually think is a bad Desperate Ritual in their deck. But they're going to win here because of it. So if they didn't hit that, like we had probably another draw. Be curious to see what we hit next. We didn't really hit our 3 pieces of removal in the deck, which kind of stinks here. I think if we had, we probably could have locked this up with the 6/6. But let's see what we would have drawn. Take a look here. All right, draw. All right, just land. 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 All right, our draw sucked this time, I guess. Anything else? Or did Moto freeze up? All right, that gentleman wins on red deck wins. Good game. Pretty unfortunate way to lose. I think we kind of got Mize there. I mean, I think a card that he's playing that is actively bad in his deck actually won him that game. Being able to develop his mana by 2 turns, just randomly having Figure in Play ended up being very good there. I think more often than not, wasting a card in red deck wins to get more mana is actually actively bad. But I don't know, we could have a bigger version of it, but it looked like it was just all burn spells to me. Then again, we don't have some of the better cards against that strategy, like Kitchen Finks or like, Obstinate Baloth. Hopefully we can have better luck in this match. We shall see. And really, I think our deck is better set up to beat some of the more busted decks because of actually the hatred it has in it, just the discard and whatnot. I'd love to play first. This hand is risky. No, we're going to mull this. Our mana can do better for us than that. Hand's not great, but it's a thing. But playing against Reanimator, turn 1 Deathright's not bad. Well, I could lament this if he goes Entomb on us. Red-black, interesting. Go back up on cards. Alright, there's actually some draws. Don't really know what our opponent's up to. Alright, they're up to some sort of combo thing. They're going for something here, but I mean, I have Abrupt Decay, I have Inquisition of Kozilek. If it's some sort of creature-based strategy, okay, this is Charticors underneath here. So they're playing Grixis, I would assume. Possibly Storm. Okay, Pyretic Ritual, or Desperate Ritual, rather. We time twistering here. Kind of what it feels like. Trinket Mage, okay, cool. 3 cards and 1 mana. I don't think I'm worried yet. Okay. Wheel, okay. Inquisition here. See what's going on. All right, go. Faithlessly loot, I would assume. All right, we're going to Frantic Search. He should have probably held up the blue mana. Or he couldn't have with Frantic Search. Never mind. So going down on cards here. Hopefully Shardless Agent can hit him to Turek. That'd be good. Could also Faithless Looting here if he wanted to. I assume his win con is gone unless he also has Brain Freeze in his deck. All right, Thirst. So this Commit to Memory, I assume that's what this is. We probably have to hit pretty soon. That's 6 mana. But he's at 6 mana now, which means he could recycle his deck. I'd prefer that not to happen. Okay, Faithless Looting. I think actually here, well, I think I want a Shardless Agent here, guys. Just to see if I can hit on some disruption. Yep, that's exactly what I wanted. Him. I think we know he has Snapcaster in his deck, but I think what the key here is, and what I'm kind of going for, is to keep him from cycling his deck through. I know one of his win cons is gone, at least at this point. Now, if he can kill the Kite Sail, that's good, but I'd rather our decks not get recycled back in. So you just get some very good 7-card hands, especially with like Commit to Memory. And the next turn we can actually start landing win cons like Virtuous Gearhulk. So I don't know if we're winning this or not. I know he has Snapcaster, which means Treasure Cruise could happen next turn, or probably will happen. But the question becomes, does he have enough resources left in his deck to win with? That's not per se evident. He's probably looking at the deck list right now, considering if he can win or not. If he doesn't have any removal spells, then the Kite Sail Freebooter is likely to go the distance. Red-black removal or black base removal is his head to just kill, so Virtuous Gearhulk going all in on this Kite Sail Freebooter may be wrong. If he has like a Lightning Bolt or something, it could protect against that. Maybe I do pump it with 2 counters and then put the rest, move the rest around a bit. Could have Yawgmoth's Will, and it could all be for naught. Well, quick pause, guys, while our opponent considers his options. All right, back, guys. We're F6 right now. There was also credence to leaving up the Deathrite, but I really don't want to draw 7 cards here. All right, what have we got? Okay, Turnabout. Cool. And Snapcaster Treasure Cruise. Oh, Snapcaster's in the graveyard. What have you got? Time Twister? Or Time Spiral, rather? Yep. Okie doke. Well, he's got a bigger library now, and he can untap his mana. Can he win? Maybe. If he passes it back, I don't think his chances of winning are very high. Alright, what else have we got? Dragonstorm's not in the cube, so I think Tendrils and Brain Freeze are the only 2 that do it here. Alright, Frantic Search. 2 islands, makes sense. Okay. Dark Ritual. Maybe he has just a big win con. Opponent is clearly going off. Leovold's actually also going to be great in this matchup, randomly enough. I don't have a kill spell anymore. Turnabout again. Cool. Well, he can mill me very easily now, so if he has... I'm kind of curious as to what he has now. Maybe he has the Palinchron in hand, he's trying to cast that just as like a win con. Palinchron is probably going to be too slow a clock, though, against... I mean, I have creatures, you know? So, I don't know on that. Seems a bit dicey. Alright, well, if I'm going to die, I'm going to die. Trying to mill me? None of these cards do anything, really. It's possible that Empty the Warrens is in the cube. Okay. We've certainly cycled our decks a lot. I like this hand. I guess that takes all the lands out of his deck, at least. which is not bad. Well, if you don't have... Alright, I think he's just showing off now, to be honest, because if you have the brain freeze, you would have cast it a long time ago, unless he's just having fun, because 14 times 3 is definitely more than 21, last time I checked math. Maybe he can bounce the Tendrils, or the Kite Sail Freebooter, but I think he would have done that a long time ago, too. He's seen everything but 2 cards in his deck. So, he can't mill me, I don't think. I don't think it is viable to mill me. Alright, what do we got? Alright, Pyretic Ritual. Or Desperate Ritual, rather. Alright. I mean, it is his time to use, obviously. So... You can't really pop the Memory Jar, can you? I think you just lose if you do that. Tinker. So does he have a big bot? Maybe he has like a big bot. Alright, Treasure Cruise. Alright, to 0 cards. Maybe Laboratory Maniacs in the cube and I don't know about it. That'd be pretty sweet. Or he's just going to cast Palancron and be like, yeah, I got a Palancron, bro. What is going on here? Excuse me. The bonus is burning the clock. Excuse me, guys. Dude. Alright, that's... Alright, game. Why? Why, opponent? Why? Why do we do this? Why do we just spend 5 minutes doing that? Like, why? I don't get it. Oh. Whatever, though. Nature's Claim. I want it. Shriekmaw is bad. Living Death is bad. I mean... I need a way to win, so Vertigo Gearall can stay in. Mystic Snake does counter things and stuff. Fine. Dismember is probably bad. There's 1 creature in his deck, it looks like. So we need Mono Disruption. Maybe Braids Cabal is good enough. Maybe we do go like the Ophiomancer Braids Cabal route. Maybe it's better than like this Mystic Snake. It's more castable is kind of the thing. Woodfall Primus seems too slow. I want more card. Yeah, we'll just get the Destroy Artifact. Alright, let's try this out. We saw I at least had 2. Well, 3, but one of which you really can't destroy unless he passes the turn back. Then you can blow it up end step and force him to discard 7 cards, essentially. Leovold is like our trump card. Like, we really want to get Leovold on the board. If Leovold gets on the board, his deck is probably hot rubbish. His deck actually looks like it's a pretty decently built Storm deck. We did not see Yawgmoth's Will, which is one bad thing, and he only has 1 Storm win con, it appears. He probably brought in some creature kill. Alright, quick pause, guys, while our opponent does whatever they do. Alright, guys, back. Clear mulligan. Keep it, dubiously. Okay, Lotus Bloom. Let's play a Soul Ring out. Yes, I knew you had it. You tapped like you did first game. Okay, Frantic Search. Soul Ring's going down. Hopefully they discard a land here. That'd be sweet. And they're very likely to. Yeah, there we go. Big question becomes, what's more relevant here? Hitting their hands? I think hitting their hands is actually more relevant than hitting their Soul Ring. On 3 cards, yeah. Okay. Memory jar, cool. Okay. Opponent's off the top ropes here. So if they got it, they got it, but well, they drew something, evidently. Chart a course. Drawing 2, discarding 1. Cool. I'm going to put all the counters on this thing. The reason I'm doing this is I need a way to win fast, and I don't want to hinder my mana. I think with a Snapcaster in deck, that's a very live draw for him. All right, Thirst, cool, whatever. Okay. All right, 2-turn clock, so draw out of it. I can cast more out. I don't think there's a need to, though. Survival does not win me the game any faster. Land, all right, good game. He'll tap my critters here. But that's not getting him anywhere, realistically. Maybe I should have left him with Palancron. I don't think so, though. I think if he draws High Tide... Well, High Tide's not even good, per se. He doesn't have a lot of islands. Yeah, maybe Turnabout was the better answer there. Well, it appears Moto is frozen because my box is grayed out and my time is ticking down, so... Okay, there we go. Oh, son of a gun. Friggin' Moto. I guess it's still a 2-turn clock either way. Get Time Twister if he wants to. If he draws Snappy, then he can Snapcaster the Time Spiral and have 4 mana left over, I think. That's fine by me. This Moto lag is killing me right now, guys. I may have to take a quick break after this just to turn off the program, let it restart. Just having this much lag is just miserable. Makes you misplay. I should have death righted on the end step there. I'm just trying to like click through stuff. All right, drew land dead. Okay. So we ended up winning this one. Pretty cool. So we got to win number 2 against Storm. The Storm deck actually was really sweet, but I think that was a bad matchup for him. I have a lot of disruption in the deck, so it's kind of designed to play a fair game but not allow others to play an unfair game as well. Kind of its tactic. All right, have fun, opponent. Yeah, keep. Not a lot going on, but it has Harmonize. Has some Mana Dorks to kind of ramp into Harmonize. Has a Dismember for creature disruption. Seems okay. Arbor Elf, go. All right, control deck. Oops, almost jacked that up. You. Wall Blossoms, I think is fine. I don't really need to play on the Deathrite Shaman because that may lead them to not fetch with their land. Alright, cool. They can play it out next turn anyways. Wrath of God may be in their deck. Or like a Supreme Verdict or something like that, but I don't think a lot of folks are inclined to start those kind of cards. I guess we're playing one in the form of, oh, that's not even what I was thinking it was going to be. Could still be Jeskai. Yeah, looks like a Jeskai deck. Okay. Searing a Spear. Come on, Moto. Play my Botanical Sanctum, please. Oh, guys. Friggin' Moto. Quick pause, guys. Alright, we're back, guys. So, he's at 7 cards. We are at 6. A Jace, a Balerin. Cool. Could have attacked it and seen if he allowed us to draw, but I don't have a lot of pressure in hand, so I'd rather just get rid of it and attack him here, I think. Okay, Snapcaster, Searing, Spearing the Deathrite Shaman, I would assume. Daze kills us, or gets us pretty bad here. But I'm going to cast this thing out just a clock. Which is also randomly difficult to block, but it's cool. Wouldn't mind more black mana. Alright, what's happening here? A Planeswalker of some sort? A Chandra. Well, I assume you're making mana. Okay. Come on, Moto. Well, that's certainly interesting. Oh, their hand's a pile of crap. Okay. You finally get a Wrath of God or something off the top ropes. Exile top card. Alright, control magic. Probably take the Shrike Maw. I'll probably just... Well, do I have to dismember that? Not really. What does that do? My Virtuous Gearhulk can block it, right? Kitesail Freebooter can block it. It would keep his Chandra alive, ostensibly. But it's not going to here. Okay. Come on, Moto. Draw the card. Thank you. We're going to play around days. Come on. Yes. Secondly, I can get in some free attacks. And I could actually leave up Dismember if I wanted to as well, but I don't think I need to do that. And sorry guys, Moto is moving at a glacial speed. Fear does not get around artifact creatures, if I'm not mistaken. So, Virtuous Gearhulk should still block the silly Shriek Maw pretty well. Okay, Johnny. Okay. We'll just get this thing out of the way. Pink him for 1 down to 13 and smash the Ajani down. And if he finds a Wrath, Living Death is just a bomb here. So he has 1 creature in his graveyard, which could flashback repeal. Ancestral Vision, there's not enough time for that. These are not getting any better. Yep. All right. So Planeswalker control. Planeswalker Jeskai control. Deck seems sweet, but I don't like hard control in this. I've tried Jeskai once. It was more of a combo control deck. Didn't work out so well. Alright. This. Take this out. I like the Nissa better than like the combo win. And I like Braid's Cabal against control. I think I'll be the higher permanent count deck. Hand's good enough. Shriekmaw has not been shown to be very good in this matchup, but it's still a 2-for-1. Alright. Land go, I assume. Or ponder or something like that. Nope, no suspension of... I gotta play around Wasteland if they have it. Let them Wasteland my land. It'll slow them down just as much as it slows me down, and it really isn't that bad for me. Play Swamp next turn. Cast out the Kitesail Freebooter. Green Sun Zenith is going to be, I think, good for... We're going to get an idea what their hand is unless they counter this. Which they have enough removal that I don't think they will. They could repeal it or remand it or something like that. I would just like to see their hand, though. And let's get the snipping tool ready. Alrighty, your go at it. I'm going to take the removal here. I think the clock and the air is more important. If he casts Manic Vandal out, I'll just cast my Trigon Predator and blink in for 1. I don't really have... I do have an artifact, I guess. I have the Gear Hulk. And next turn, I think we go for Green Sun Zenith on Leovold. Or we could draw him, maybe. So we get Chandra'd or Nahiri. Nahiri could blow up the Kitesail Freebooter, but I believe it dies to the Trigon Predator. Chandra is probably the stronger card, unless he has like an Emrakul or something in his deck. And then he may do Chandra first. If I'm not mistaken, Chandra's -3. She has 4 loyalty planeswalkers, so... Yep, -2. You could exile my creature card. Alright, just draw a discard. Cool. Well, Leovold puts a very fast stop to... puts a very fast stop to Nahiri. So we'll have to Chandra minus down to 1. And then could Nahiri up to 5. But I draw an extra card off that, set up to Harmonize and or Shriekmaw next turn. Shriekmaw does have to target. It's not a May ability, which is not irrelevant because I am the only player with creatures on the board this turn, or right now, and I assume that will be true next turn as well. Well, opponent is in the tank, evidently. Leovold kind of does that, though. He tends to make some turns kind of meh. I think the best play is just to... it doesn't know what he's got, but if he only has Chandra, then it could just be Chandra, blow up the Leovold, draw, discard. Or discard, draw, rather. Could exile as well, but then it probably leaves him open to losing one of his planeswalkers. Alright, we're losing this. Yep. Somebody gets to draw 2 cards. Cool. Well, Dismember's kind of a blank card, at least, for him. And Chandra, blowing up what? I would assume the Leovold? Oh, making the mana. Yep. Oh, Thoughtseize here. Well, opponent can draw this turn, or he can blow up my threat. Counterspell, I'm not really afraid of, I don't think, because I have the Manland, I have the Shardless Agent. I could also just Inquisition and get rid of it. Alright, Island, cool. I would assume you counterspell this. Kind of have to. Yep. Shardless Agent. Oh, darn. Can't tap. Well, Planeswalkers with no creatures tends to be a little rough. Now, Chandra's at a point if she minuses, then I can just hit it with the Arbor Elf. Alright, do we find a burn spell or something like that? Maybe an Electrolyze? That'd be good. Okie doke. Island, cool. Okay, Jace Belair, and I assume either plussing? No, minusing 1, okay. You have removal as well. Or a creature card. And actually, let's turn off auto yields. If it's a creature of some sort, I'll just snap it off, I think. What do you push back? Okay. Actually, you know what? Okay. Come on, Moto. Untap. I should have left 1 black open. That was my error. And now we still have the hexproof land. We have removal. We have Ophielvancer, which is kind of like a value train. Doesn't really do anything exceptional except for with Braids, just like starts ripping his permanents apart. Would have been good earlier, but right now I think, yep, we're fetching. Cool. Well, you draw a bomb? Hopefully not. Hopefully you kind of missed here. I mean, he's not Chandraing first. Surprised he took the damage there. His deck does look sweet. Well, I would assume you plus with Chandra. Maybe you have to minus here. Just kill the Shriekmaw. The Chandra is still dead, either way. We've effectively drawn the same amount of cards. He's exiled to where he's lower in deck. Alright, Dig Through Time. That's a good card. I assume that could actually win him the game. That's a very strong draw on his part. Yeah, go ahead. So maybe the game's not over. Opponents can always mise. So I don't know if we're in a horrible spot, though. I mean, we've killed some decent cards. So, I mean, I don't know what else he could have. What are we worried about? Elsbeth's Sun's Champion is the worst thing to ever see. I never want to see that card. The card is just horrendous for us. If he starts killing critters, it's not per se bad because we could draw into Living Death against a Chandra, which would put what right now into play? Leovold, which is strong, and then just nothing else really. Yeah, maybe not. Well, what do we find? Dig Through Time, definitely not a bad top deck there, though. That was pretty stellar. So he saw basically half of his deck with being at 18 cards. Alright, exile the top card. Cool. Ancestral Visions. Well, you can suspend that, right, or no? I think it just does damage, that's right. Alright, well, what else have you got, man? Oh, do you have removal of some sort? Like a Lightning Helix? Okie doke, a Snapcaster targeting Electrolyze, I would assume. Okie doke. Come on. And kill the Shriekmaw, I assume. And Chandra takes 5 here. Augur of Bolus. It's a good card. Opponent may get us with Chandra. Chandra has done some serious work this game. Lightning Bolt's a good one. That can blow up our Shardless Agent or try to kill us with it, maybe. Alright, fired up again. If they have Restoration Angel, we get kind of wrecked here, but I think we have to go for this. Alright, Chandra, attack. Could block, bolt, yep. Okay, a braid. What else you got, man? Oh, Bonfire of the Damned. Well, that can be cast for a lot of mana, and you could possibly bolt this out. We do have Deathrite to gain life, right? Yeah. Does 4 damage. So, 4 or 2. Could do 3, and then 3. Then Chandra for sure dies, I think. He's going to go for 4, I think. I just wonder if he has enough burn to kill me. If this Chandra dies, does he have another threat? Like, I know he has Bolt in hand. Which, so just for 1? He screwed up the tap job there, I think. Unless I'm deeply mistaken. Oh, he wants to take this thing. Okie doke. Here I think we Wall of Blossoms first. Come on, Wall of Blossoms, cast out. And we're going to look here, I think, for... Braid's Cabal would have been great a little while ago. Well, now we are in some danger here. Although they are drawing essentially to a turn if they're trying to use Chandra. Actually, we took out Living Death, didn't we? Alright, deck of Phaedon. I think you just give me 2 for that, because you don't want to loot anymore your 5 cards in library, unless you know you have like a couple burn spells that could do it here. But if I hit you, I get back the Ophiomancer. Yep. Got 3 in hand with Lightning Bolt. Could bolt my Trigon Predator. Welp. Ditch a land. I think the snake was right unless he really wants to attack here, and I'll ditch the wall to the snake. Alright, scroll a rack. Going to 4. Okay. Okay. A Johnny. Well, can I gain life in this deck? Make our opponent kill us. Get to see 1 more card in their deck. That dig through time was savage. Savage beat there on dig through time. I think if he had not hit dig through time, we probably won this game. But big turns are big turns. And it was just a Tarn. Okay, begin sideboarding. Primal Command is actually interesting against this deck. Actually, I like the Walker better, I think. Maybe Song of the Dryads is actually good here. Did appear to have a lot of answers to it. Braids Ophio's not bad. Nature's Claim templates decently well against I just can't think right now, against the control magic that he brought in. Oath is actually not that great. Manglehorn is not really anything special either. He doesn't have a lot of artifacts. So let's go this route. Only 13 critters, but Primal Command is actually also interesting. It's a lot of mana, though. Is it better than Shriekmaw? I don't know. It may be. Keep. This hand is a wrecking ball, so Thoughtseize into him. This seems like a battering. And then Bayou next turn, him. Alright, Cataxian Probe, the draw for the turn. And I think we win either way. If we hit spells, it's good. If we hit lands, it's good. Virtuous Gearhulk, not a good draw. Three drop, one time. Or a ramp card would be nice. 3 drop, cool. Well, Dak's got a threat on him now. Although Dak can also steal Virtuous Gearhulk, so we need to ideally utilize the Trigon Predator to kill the Dak. Could have our fetching twice here. Maybe we have, I don't know, like a Lightning Helix in hand. Alright, Dak, fade on. Okay. We're going to kick this thing back to my hands. Cool. Come on, mana. Play. Alright, well, my deck is going to get milled substantially here. I presume. Yep. So 4 gets a 2/2. You have Snapcaster and X in hand. If you drew a burn spell this turn, that really sucks for us. Like, that's rough beats. Oh, no, he has Electrolyze Snapcaster. He can't do Jack. So he can't do Jack this turn. I'm just going to Virtuous Gearhulk up the Trigun Predator. And swing in the air for 6. Put him down to 10. Have a decent-sized blocker of which he can do nothing about. Although blocking is dubious here, so I could just take 6 again. Okay, we're fetching for some odd reason. Just playing a Snapcaster out? Cool. Groovy, dude. You have Snapcaster, Git Probe. This allows me to play around the Electrolyze in his hand, because I can block a 2/2 or 2-power attacker. No need to play the land there. They have Trample as well. Welp. That sword swing seemed pretty haphazard to me. I don't know. He could still win. I mean, he's seen. There's 2 cards in his hand I don't know. But it looks like he's a little choked on mana, and the fetching was very aggressive here. Okay, well, he's got a land at minimum, so we know he has X in his hand. Plus Electrolyze. His best Planeswalkers are all going to cost the mana he would need to cast Electrolyze. I will block here if you attack. Well, actually, will I? Because if he has a Johnny, then I can't kill him this turn. So if he attacks, he does 12, or I does 6, and then 12 the next turn, or 12 total on the following turn. So maybe I do block here, just in case it's in a Johnny. If it's a Johnny, then he's like caught in between wanting to tap down the Flyer, or bolt the Virtuous Gearhulk, which is blocked, and mitigated his clock. And then I know I have Nissa with an untapped land next turn, which I didn't want to give him that information on. Okay, both these are attacking. Interesting. The Snapcaster is not. Well, I'm blocking, dude. If you want to remove this thing, cool. You need pretty specifically a Johnny or Chandra to do it. Okay, or Lightning Bolt. Good draw. Well, must be blocked. And this is 9. He can only block 1 toughness out. Good game. Me, no, he can kill it after the damage goes in. But that's good games. Unless I'm deeply mistaken, but 1 toughness doesn't stop. Yep, my land's going to die, but you are dead in the process, right? Unless you drew, like, Unsummon. So 3, 5, 8. Yep, good games. Alright, guys, well, the deck went 2-1. Mono fair. Beat up on Storm. Beat Control. Which are 2 of the matches I think would be better suited for. I think against combo, this style of deck is better because it has a ton of discard. Has Leovold, has a Greens to the Scene to find Leovold, and then has like him, Inquisition, Thoughtseize, Freeboots, Kite Sealer, and then some good artifact, enchantment, hatred in it for the fast, unfair decks. What we lost to was like the mono fair red deck. We did have a lot of the good green cards for that, like Kitchen Finks or like Obstinate Baloth or just Scavenging Ooze, which is actually another good one, and actually would have been a good hate card to have main, just to stop Reanimator style strategies. So pretty cool deck. Go 2-1 with it, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video on this cube draft. Take care now.